second last on the pro, and this is a really good one. Class 2 over the 1,200 metres. Archippus Joe Moreira from barrier 10. Wame Fred and Jack Wong from barrier 4, taking £3 off. Hot King Prawn, beaten for the first time last time. Happy Valley for the first time on Wednesday night. Super Fluke drops down in class. Blinkers go back on. East Super, 2-time course and distance winner. Solomon's Bay was good on debut on the all-weather. Attention was a huge run. First up behind Star Shine, and Breeders' Star is a 4-time course and distance winner. This is a really good race.
The more I look at this meeting, Andrew, the more I think it's so competitive, even though we're going to have a short price favourite here in Hot King Prawn. We've got lots of competitive races. We potentially have some rain around too. Hot King Prawn, of course, coming to the Valley for the first time. He was the beaten favourite last start, but trials have been good going in. He is the likely leader. He might get some pressure, though, from 1 or 2.
I thought we'd show you him at the Hot King Prawn. There he is. He's a nice, big, strong son of Denman. This one, barrier 1, it looks ideal for him. Here's trial well at Happy Valley. Looks very tough to beat, but that's why it's $1.20. Super Fluke's interesting. He doesn't mind a bit of rain if there is a bit of rain around, and the blinkers go back on him. He's had a great season, this horse, and he's doing it nice and easy. He's the one on the far side there, but just not really being pushed. And I was really taken with this horse's debut run. I thought it was really good. He's going to find it a little bit awkward from the barrier attention, but I think he's a horse of the future here in Hong Kong. So
yeah,
it's worth highlighting.
Yeah, it was a huge run. He's come up with that wide gate once more. We're going to start off with Super Fluke, who's had a great season. Finishes off the race really well here. Brett Preble, and this is in the Stewards report as well, reported that he said that the horse didn't feel comfortable, but he's still run a decent race.
Yes, yeah. He's got a little excuse there as well, but prior to that, everything's gone well. His track work has been fine. They didn't find anything when they looked at him, so maybe it was just a false step or something during the race. But look, I think he's going to run really well once again. I've got him in there.
Initially in this race, I tipped Racing Supernova actually to beat Hot King Prawn. And there's Racing Supernova finishing second to California Whip in the Hong Kong Macau Trophy, and he wasn't far behind Super Fluke. So he's right in it for me. All right,
OK. Solomon's Bay. This is his first up effort. He was a winner on the poly track in the UK, but he's also a listed winner on the turf at Epsom. Yeah, the surface, he ran well here, didn't he, on the all-weather, Paul? I'm not sure about the Valley. They can often transfer it to the Valley, but I want to see it. He's trialled well at the Valley before, though. His trial was pretty good. And if he can run Epsom, I think he can run Happy Valley, because Epsom's a funny course as well, as you probably know. So, yeah, I'll give him a chance. I've got him in the numbers on a minor line. The horse he beat at Epsom was off. Seven Heavens gets a run here as well. This is Attention. We were talking about that run before, and he's going to have to do something similar, I think, from the draw he's got. Yeah, well, Solomon's Bay and probably Attention are the two that, you know, made very nice impressions, didn't they? And there was a massive all-up win into him as well this day, Attention, and it nearly came off on a win line. The Valley, I thought, potentially could pose a few little issues. Drawn 11, Victor Wong, and I don't think he can lead. So that was the turning point for me where I said, no, I'm going to shop elsewhere. I actually have Solomon's Bay ahead of Attention on this occasion. I've got them both in, but I've got Attention, and I just thought it was too much of a good run to leave it. I know exactly what you're saying and everything, but I've threw him in for fourth to keep him safe. All right, red hot favourite here, though, for the 7th is Hot King Prawn. Let's find out how he's been with trainer John Size.
Well, John, Hot King Prawn, he may have suffered his first defeat last time out, but that was still a big performance from him.
Yeah, he raced well. First up, it was a pretty good effort, and it was a high-pressure race on a big day, so I think he did well. We're looking forward to him to go on from there. Hopefully he'll improve and get a little bit more strength.
Never been to the Valley before. How do you think he'll handle the track?
Well, he's a speed horse, so he gets up there pretty handy. If he's not leading, he'll be very close to the lead, so he'll have some horses to guide him around. Normally, he's you know, pretty well behaved in most situations, so I'm hoping that you know, the pressure of Happy Valley won't upset him too much.
Has he been a tricky horse to train, John, in the sense that he's always been a very talented type, but his rating and his age quite high at this stage of his career?
He's not a difficult horse to train, but I think my approach was just to take it a little bit easy on him, because he goes up in rating so quickly, and he's still pretty young by Hong Kong standards. So he turns 4 in August, and I think you know, in 6 months' time he might be a lot stronger horse.
Last week the big news was Joe Moreira's leaving town. As part of that story, we heard that he spoke to you about his decision. What was your response when you heard the news?
Yeah, he came and saw me and told me about it. Well, I think he has to go and do what he has to do. You know, he obviously very ambitious young man, and he wants to try his luck in Japan and get a feel for the racing environment there. So he has a yearning for that. So I think he should go and do it, and then he'll be satisfied.
He's a very exciting horse, isn't he, Hot King Prawn? But he's going to be very short as well.
He is, and he's coming to the Valley for the first time. You know, it's going to be tricky. It's hard to tip against him.
Yeah, especially from barrier 1, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably all the difference. So, despite the price, he goes on top, Paul?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's barrier 1. I've got him on top to beat Super Fluke. If there's rain, it'll suit him. Solomon's Bay and Attention, the 2 horses that are up and coming, 3, 5, 8 and 11. I'll take exotics around Hot King Prawn.
Same. Yeah, I've tipped him as well, but yeah, it is Happy Valley and the races are getting harder, but he's a very nice horse. John mentioned he'll be better next season when he's got some more maturity physically underneath his belt and mentally. Super Fluke, Archipus, Breeders' Star, I'll double banker in a trio 3 and 5 and throw in as many as you want.
All right, yeah, Hot King Prawn for me, and I've thrown in Solomon's Bay and Seven Heavens as well. I thought it was a much better run from him.
He was in those numbers for my trio there, Andrew. Yeah,
Chart 10. There you go. All right, one more race to go, plus all the best bets. That's up next.